Hey guys, what's up? My name is Aishan and you're watching us on Aishan classes. Now, let us take part. Let us take up with the next part of income tax. Of the topic provisions for filing of return of income. In the previous lectures, it is part one of filing of return of income. We have completed with section 189 subsection 1, section 139 subsection 6, and section 140 of the Income Tax Act 1961. In this lecture, we are most probably going to complete uh, the the topic. Let's begin. Firstly, section 109 subsection 6, section 109 subsection 3, return of loss. In this, if any loss if the CCF is loss under any business profession, capital gains owing and maintaining of race horses, and he claims that the loss is to be carried forward. That loss is to be carried forward. He must file a return of loss. Then such a return shall be examined by the assessing officer and shall be confirmed, and such loss shall be confirmed by the assessing officer by sending an intimation to the SSC under section 157 of the Income Tax Act 1961. Filing of return under section 109 subsection 3 has to be assumed that has to be submitted within the time allowed under section 139 subsection 1. Then, as per section 80, return of loss has to be filed after. Then the return of loss, which has been filing after the last date of return, then the return of loss is not allowed to be filed. Okay. Return of loss, section 80 of Income Tax Act 1961 does not allow after the filing of normal return of income. Okay. As, the above provisions is not applicable to house property and unabsorbed depreciation. To house property and unabsorbed depreciation. The Income Tax Act 1961 does not allow under these two heads, these two incomes. So I hope you are clear with the concept, clear with the provision. Okay, now let's start with the next part. Section 110 subsection 4, obligatory return of income. Every person is required to file the return of income and within the time allowed under section 139 subsection 1 of the Income Tax Act 1961. But if the SSC does not allow, but if the SSC does not file the return of income within the time allowed under section 109 subsection 1, in such a case he shall, all SST have to file the return of income up to end of relevant assessment year. For example, ABC Limited has an income of rupees, let's say 1 crore rupees. The ABC Limited has to file the return under section 199 subsection 1 within 30th September 2019. The income is for the previous year 2018-19. Okay. But if ABC Limited does not file the return until 30th September 2019, in such a case he is required to file the return of income till 31st of March 2020. Okay. In such a case, he is required to ABC Limited is required to compute to file the return until 31st March 2020. But if any person has not filed his return of income upon the due date, uh, if any person have not filed the return of income till due date, and it comes to the notice of assessing officer, notice of assessing officer, then in such a case, the assessing officer may him a notice, issue a notice to such assessee under section 150, under section 142, subsection 1. Under section 142, subsection 1, and the assessee shall be bound. The assessee shall be bound to file the return of income, to file the return of income within within the time allowed, within the time allowed by the assessing officer, within the time allowed by the assessing officer. Otherwise, the assessing officer would do his best judgment. Otherwise, the assessing officer may do his best judgment. His best judgment. Now, what's best judgment? Sorry. See, what is best judgment? What is best judgment done by the assessing officer? The assessing officer may do his best judgment under section 144. Under section 144, that is the assessing officer may fix, can fix the tax liability of the assessee tax liability of the assessee on the basis of his own judgment, on the basis of own judge, on his basis on his own judgment. That is if Mr. X tax liability for the year ended, for the previous one 1819 is let's say 2 lakhs. The assessing officer may and he has not filed his return of income, and it comes to a notice of assessing officer. Then in such a case, the assessing officer may allow his time, may allow the time, or may fix his judgment, may fix the tax liability upon his judgment. That is, he may fix rupees 2.5 lakhs, and in such a case, Mr. X have to pay a 2.5 lakh tax liability and not 2 lakhs. He cannot argue with the assessing officer that why 2.5 lakh has been taxed. Okay, and then belated return. Then the belated return shall not be accepted after the completion of a best judgment assessment. Not accepted after the completion of best judgment. Further, what it says, section 271, subsection 1, clause B of Income Tax Act 1961 says that if any person has failed to comply with the notice given under section 142, subsection 1, that is fixation of the due date. The assessing officer may direct such a person. The assessing officer may direct such a person to pay a penalty of rupees 10,000 of rupees 10,000 for each such failures. For each such failure. Okay, let's take up an example. For previous year 2017-18, let's say for previous year 2017-18, ABC Limited has not filed its return of income up to 30th September 2000 and what 18. Okay, and the assessing officer has issued notice under section 142 subsection 1 of the income tax of 1961 on 10th November 2018. Okay, we are directing the company to file its return till 25th November 2018. Okay, in this case, the company must file its return of income up to 25th September 2018 between 10th November and 25th November 2018. Otherwise, the assessing officer may do his best judgment assessment under section 144. Section 144, and after completion of best judgment, belated return shall not be accepted. Okay, after that, belated return shall not be accepted. If in the given case what of ABC Limited, the company has not filed the return up to 25th September, 25th November 2018, and the assessing officer has completed his best judgment on 11th December 2018, belated return shall not be accepted beyond from 11th December 2018. Okay, from 11th December 2018. I repeat, if in the given case the company has not filed the return up to 25th November 2018, the assessing officer has completed his best judgment under section 144 on 11th December 2018. Belated return shall not be accepted from 11th December 2018 onwards. Okay, if the return is filed after 25th November but before 11th December 2018, then such a case return shall be accepted. Return will be accepted between 25th November to 11th December, but with a penalty of rupees 10,000. But with a penalty of rupees 10,000. Okay. Now let's take up the next part. Fee for penalty of furnishing of return. Fee for default in furnishing return of income. In furnishing of a return of income under section 234F. Under section 234F. Okay. Now, why the word fee have been used for default instead of penalty? In a few years back, it was a penalty also. It was a penalty only, but the people argued that we will not be paying any penalty. we will not be paying any penalty for the default finishing of return of income. So then, I think in the year 2012, this case was issued. From then, the water penalty have been replaced by fee. It is only the penalty only which is which an SSC is paying, but with a change name of fee. Okay, now let's discuss where a person is required to uh, where a person is required to furnish a return of income under section 139. Under section 139 fails to do so. I repeat, if he fails to do so within the time prescribed under section 139 subsection 1, then he shall pay by a fee a sum of rupees. First, rupees 5,000 if the return is furnished. If the return is furnished on or before 31st December of the assessment year. 31st December of the assessment year, and rupees 10,000 in any other case. In any other case. Okay, provided that if the income of an SSC is not exceeding rupees 5 lakh, income is not exceeding rupees 5 lakh, then in such a case the fee payable under this section shall not exceed rupees 1,000. Shall not exceed rupees 1,000. Okay, I think there was nothing to memorize in this. Rupees 5,000 on or before 31st December of the assessment year, rupees 10,000 in another case, and if it is not exceeding rupees 5 lakh, then rupees 1,000. This question was asked in CA Inter November 2018. November 2018 for 3 marks. This small question. Okay. Now let's take up with the next part, section 139, subsection 5 of Income Tax Act 1961. See, after section 139, subsection 5, we are left with section 139, subsection 9, then 139 capital A, and section 139 capital B. Only 3 sections will be left. Here. Section 139, subsection 5. Subsection 5. Till now we have seen section 139, subsection 1 of return of income, filing of return of income, belated return of income, return of loss. In this section we are going to see revised return of income. We're going to see revised return of income. Section 109, subsection 5 of the Income Tax Act 1961. It says that if any person, this is revised return of income. It says that if any person The pen is not working properly. Yeah. It says that if any person has furnished and has furnished a return has furnished a return under section 139 subsection 1 or under section 139 subsection 4, and he discovers any mistake or any omission or any wrong statement, any wrong statement, he may furnish a return. He may furnish a return which is revised. He may furnish furnish a revised return at any time before the end of the relevant assessment year. At any time before the end of relevant assessment year. Okay. If any person has furnished a return under section 199 subsection 1 or 199 subsection 4, and he discovers any omission or any wrong statement, he may furnish a revised return any time before the end of the relevant assessment year, that is up to 31st March of the relevant assessment year. And for example, if ABC Limited has filed its return of income on 30th September 2018 for the previous year 17-18, and subsequently the company has detected any error, in this case the company is allowed to revise the return of income under section 199 subsection 5, but maximum up to 31st March 2019. Okay. If the assessment on the return has already been completed, it further says, subsection 5 further says that if the assessment on the return has already been made has already been made or has already been made or completed. Possibly write the word completed in the exam if the question for the same comes. Completed revision is not allowed after the completion of assessment. Revision is not allowed. Otherwise, assessing officer will say how many times I shall, or of how many returns I shall do double assessment. Revision of return shall not be allowed. Is not allowed. Okay. For example, for the previous year 17-18, ABC Limited has filed its return of income on 30th September 2018. Using this, but if the return was checked by assessing officer on 1st March 2019, and the company wished to file a revised return on 10th March 2019, in this case the revised return shall not be accepted. Okay, in this case the return shall not be accepted. For how many times the NSST is allowed to revise the return of income? Many number of times. That is any number of times he may file. Any number of times. But but if the earlier return had been already assessed, revised return shall not be allowed. Same thing. Revised return shall not be allowed in any other case if the assessment have already been made. Revision is allowed only to regard to return which was filed under section 139 subsection 4, 139 subsection 4 and 139 subsection 1. Okay, that is, if the return has been filed in under any other section, its revision is not allowed. Okay, now you ask that return filed under section 109 subsection 3, why it has not been considered. It is considered as when as the return under section 109 subsection 3 is considered, the time allowed in section 109 subsection 3 is same as section 109 subsection 1, so so section 109 subsection 5 also includes section 159 subsection 3. Okay, automatically. Now some important points to be remembered. What are the important points? How to attempt a tax paper? I think I'm telling you again. See, you must be knowing that in the CA Inter and CMA Intermediate, both comprises of MCQs. In this, the MCQs is 30% of the marks of income tax and 30% of GST. That is 18 plus 12. Income tax 18 and 12 GST. And this 25 marks, I suppose 25 marks is for the MCQs in CMA Intermediate. You must be thorough with all the provisions. Okay, you must be thorough with all the provisions of the syllabus. For that, if the whole syllabus is not completed, then the remaining chapters which you have not even touched, you can do summary of that topics. Okay, so that you can at least attempt the MCQs. Next part. This is also applicable for the law paper, law plus income tax, because both are provision based and section based papers. Now let's see. Firstly, you have in numerical, you have to write your working notes, all type of notes you must write in order to gain marks. Okay, in few lectures ago, in one of the previous lectures, I've told you a story to make working notes or not. Okay. Next, working note is compulsory for every numerical question. Then any practical case study based question is there. First, write your section number with that provision, that relevant provision. It is our first paragraph. You have to divide the question in 3 major paragraphs. Then second, facts and issues of the case given. Facts and issues of the case given. Then third, conclusion with reason. And in this format, you have to give your answers and gain marks. Okay, there is a stepwise marking, so don't so need not worry if your section number plus provision is correct, facts of the issues is correct, and the conclusion with reason is wrong. Let's say the question is for 6 marks, then you'll be provided with 4 marks. Be safe. Do not directly start with your conclusion and reason. First, start with the section and provision facts of the issues. Is a section to be written? A section. Many students ask whether the section is mandatory to mention in the paper. My answer is no. No. If you are 110% sure, 110% sure that the section number is correct, then only write. If you say that the return of filing of income is section 109 usually, but if you get confused that is it section 109 subsection 1 or section 110 subsection 5, you can either write as per the provisions of the Income Act in 1961 if you are not remembering section 110 subsection 1, or you may write as per section 139. Need not write section 109 subsection 1, otherwise the examiner may cross the whole question and give you 0 marks for that particular question. Okay, in these type of professional courses, even 1 mark is very important to pass. There was a student, the case I have heard, I'm not sure. There was a student in C intermediate, he got marks 59, 59, 59 and 39. C. Neither exemption nor pass in this subject. And subject like tax. And subject of tax. And there was one more person who had given both groups of IPCC old syllabus. He got 59, 59, 59, 39. Then group 2, 59, 59 and 39. Two subjects failed, 2 marks. Even 1 mark is to be cared properly. Okay, you have to write all the steps. There's step-wise marking in all the subjects. You need not worry. Only thing you have to write properly with neat writing. Okay. Now here I finish my lecture. Thank you. Take care. Please subscribe, share, and like my channel. Thank you.